Okay, it's the next day. I've got everything moved out of this room now. Remember, this was the area we did just yesterday, and now this morning I've got everything moved out of here. And now you see, this was the area that I did not use the WD-40. And see how I got all kinds of little things going on here. I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed on this until my hands were raw, and I got it this good without using the WD-40. Now I'm going to take the WD-40 right there, and I'm going to keep going on this. It's not going to take me that long to blend this in, but the WD-40 will get all of this stuff off and blend it all together so that the floor looks like this. Well, I guess I better get going. That's the next step. Hey, no frills on this. I'm not going to show you this part. You know how to get this stuff off the floor now. If you didn't watch that last video, watch it on how to remove black tar from a concrete floor. Something like that. It's very simple. And I've got like 3 minutes of my little chip on the video recorder. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this whole area right here. Then I'm going to show you how to blend in all of the floor with the sponge at the end. And remember, I'm only going to go to the door. I'm going to try real hard to be as careful as I can along that edge, and maybe do it not too far out from the door, so that if there's any imperfections, it fits underneath the door. And I already saw, you see right here, this is the stain, a little bit of the stain from the other day, so I'm going to have to do my best to try to blend that in. See, when it dries, it just never seems to blend in 100%. So I'm going to have to work on that a little bit when I get to there, because there's no way I want to do the hallway again. Because if I do the hallway, then I have to blend it into the floor in the closet, and I would have to blend it in right there at that opening going into the other room. So see, that's why it's best to blend in everything all in one go. But as it is, we did the best we could, and we'll go from there. Now, I'm pretty pleased with that. That now blends in with this other section of floor that I got done here. Okay, I took off all that stuff, and yes, I had to spray WD-40 a little bit at a time in squares, just kind of how I did the rest of the floor. And I had to go over that whole section of floor, but it was well worth it. It now all blends in, you know, the overall look. Now it's about wiping off the excess and doing this once and for all. And I've got to go out this door right here. The hallway's already been done, so I've got to have an exit plan situated. So I'm gonna do that section over there and along here, and then this section kind of, and then move out towards the door, and then I have to back out of this door somehow without getting my feet out on that floor there. And you know, I have some carpet pad in the other room, and I think I should put a little piece of carpet pad down so that I don't track in right there, because I'm gonna have to kneel down right there at the end of the door. So I've got to think of my plan first. I've got my bucket here, I've got my stain sponges here, I've got my knee pad here in case I need it, I've got my cleaner here, my scraper, and a couple brushes over here. I've even got a screwdriver to turn on and off the camera, because I'm here by myself. Once I start this, my gloves over here are just going to get wasted, and I don't want to start touching my camera. So I've got to have things kind of planned out. So I'm going to get my carpet pad over here and get ready to go. Now I'm just getting ready to blend all of this together, the floor, and make it look all nice and even. Well, there's a few things that no matter what I do, it's not going to come out exactly. Now see here where the old tile locations were, a couple of them are showing right there. And that has nothing to do with any more glue on there. I rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed. And sometimes you're going to get that on the floor. See, here's a couple more over here. Here's a couple more right here. Now the whole entire floor you would think would have that, but see, there's nothing over here. And so no matter what I do, some of those marks are not going to come out. That's just what you're going to get when you get all done with this floor. You're going to have a variation of different things going on. You have to realize that. That's what gives your floor a little bit of character. Once you get your furniture back in here, this is going to be a little bedroom. Some of that's not even going to show. You're going to have different things up against the wall. The only area you're going to have is kind of next to the door coming out here. And depending how they set this room up, I mean, you could make this look really awesome. Okay, so don't get wrapped up with the minutia of trying to get every single little thing off of your floor, because your floor, even once you clean it, is going to pick up a character of its own. You're even going to have, see right here, this is imperfections of when they floated out this entire floor on the concrete. So that brings up different little things that are going on. I even saw some hairline cracks in the floor. See right here? There's nothing that can be done with that, and that just adds that much more character to the floor. Okay, so you have to realize that if you're going to stain a floor, that's the type of stuff you want. Okay. Here's another thing you're going to have to be kind of thinking about. Well, where is a good place to start in this room? Well, you have to ask yourself, are you right-handed or are you left-handed? I'm right-handed, so I like to go from right to left. So I would start in this corner and go to the left. Or if I was up against this back wall, I would start at the right and work all the way across to the left. Okay? So decide that and kind of have a little bit of a game plan, like I said. Have all your stuff set up so you can do it. Now here's the other thing I gotta have in this room. I still have my bucket with all the stuff that I took off. Now, if I need to put any darkness on, I can take my sponge and I can dip a little bit into there if I need to, okay? So I'm always gonna have that at the ready, just in case I take too much of this off or if I feel like it needs some, okay? All right, let's do it. Well, that's all I have for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.